Okay, for some reason it was telling me the stream key was incorrect. All right. Give me a sec here. I'll just go ahead and tag everyone, make sure that we're. All right. All right, I think we're back. Sorry, sorry about that, everyone. All right, so as I was saying, we should be all set now. We are going to be streaming both of these games. Yeah, sorry, we had a little bit of an internet issue on my end. My fault, everyone. Sorry, chat. Um, um, but both of these games are in game. Both of these series are in game number 6. State College and Brew City both lead their respective series. They only need one of the remaining 2 games in the series to advance to the World Series. The Dillos and the Kingpins need to win both of the remaining 2 games in order to advance. Major G. I had to stop and get some shiny Pokemon now. not playing Pokemon right now. Maybe later I'll play some Pokemon, but not right now. Got playoffs to do. Major GMs, by the way, if you have changes to make for game number 5, please let us know in your channel. I already see a few of you have pinged us, so thank you for that. But we are going to be streaming both of these games, and then we'll be heading to the majors for their game number 5s. And we will be starting off with the Brew City Bears versus the Chicago. Actually, we watched the Brew City Bears Kingpins first. So we haven't seen the Dilla Swifties yet. We'll start off with the Dilla Swifties. I lied. Sorry, Bears and Kingpins fans, but we will get to your game shortly here. We'll make sure that the BNN is off. Yep, it is. Oh, yes. Sorry, Dolores Clifton. Sorry about that. Okay. Swifties versus the Dillos. BNN is off. The widget should be off as well, but Swifties have their 3-2 lead. They are at home. They're looking to punch their ticket to the World Series in front of their home crowd. While the Dillos need to win here to force a Game 7, and then win the Game 7 to advance. They got to win both. Swifties just need to win one. So between these 2 teams, we do have Okada Khan, who is hot hitting in that number 3 position. But Bob Catter has had a great season, 377 average. What a great season at the plate the center fielder for the Swifties has had. Ball seems to be popping off the bat of Catter every time they step into the box. Meanwhile, on the side of the Dillos, we got a few hitters hitting over 300, those being Jake Mitchell, Pele Schuldener, and Cash Thompson in the 2, 4, and 7 positions in the lineup here. What do you think, Air Crew? Do you think this game is do you think the series is going to a Game 7 here, or do you think the Swifties are going to put it away here in 6?
I think the Swifties put it out here at game number 6. They have Gold with 90 RBI. They have Siglios with 28 home runs. They have the power hitter. They have the RBI hitter. So they have, to me, it looks like they have more options to put the ball in play and score with it.
All right. Well, what do you think, chat? Do you think that the Swifties or the Dillos are going to be winning game number 6? You can predict using your channel points, but also let us know in chat. Type it out. Let us know. Are you Dillo or are you Swifty? I don't know. Do the Swifties have an official chant? I don't think they. Maybe not. Is it Taylor? I don't know. But we are going to head on into game. We will be starting us off with Air Crew on the call for the Dillos offense, and then I'll be taking the bottom of the innings with the State College Swifties. Ready to head on into game, Air Crew?
Let's go.
All right, take it away.
Here we go. As unique name is at the plate. That one is a foul out. Easy catch by the third baseman for out number one. As Jake Mitchell has a fly out to the center fielder, Bob Carter for out number two. And out number three is another fly out. A quick 1-2-3 against the Delos.
A good inning for Tiny Chef, who had a fantastic start earlier in this series. It's going to be Wayne Wheeler on the mound for the Dillos, facing off against Bob Catter, who strikes out to start off the Swifties' first inning. 43 and a quarter will ground that to the shortstop. Excuse me, I almost said second baseman, to the shortstop Walker Wallace. And then Okada Khan will draw a walk on 4 pitches to bring up Zane Cole, the first baseman. Off for second and safe is Okada Khan, stolen bag, but it won't matter much as Zane Cole strikes out to end the inning. We head to the top of the second with no score and no hits for either team so far after the first.
Up of the second, and the outs continue for the Delos. That's out number 4 for them in the game. And that is a base hit. It took them 5 batters to find a base hit, and it is an XBH, a double by Curtis McKenzie, upping their batting average 342 here in playoffs. As McTavish would check the swing and miss. Son will look at the ball and get called on strikes for out number 3.
It's going to be Maple Dogwood to start us off here in the bottom of the second with a single into right. Good start for the Swifties. Deep drive by Mo Love, and that one is gone. 4th home run of the playoffs for Mo Love. And the Swifties will be the first team to score in this one. 2-0 in favor of State College, and that will bring up Jake Silliams, who will pop fly that one into right field. It will drop in front of the right fielder. And Silliams will be on board with a double. Yoshironi now grounds that right to the third baseman, over to first for out number 1 of the inning. Amelia Milligan now. Grounder second, on to first, out number 2. It does advance the runner. Silliams now to third. Bob Catter, fly out into right. Side is retired, but the Swifties do get 2 on the 2-run bomb by Mo Love, the second baseman.
Up off the third, the Delos down by 2 as Ian Degon gets a double. 2 hits for the Delos, both doubles. XBH galore here for the Delos, as well as fly out to the center with a unique name getting a base hit. That's for a run. It does not. Degon slides home, but is called out. I'm gonna miss by Mitchell. Name is stranded. Still 2-0 Swifties.
And it's going to be 43 and a quarter, grounding out for the first out of the inning. Okada Khan will get that one past the shortstop, and there's the first base hit of this inning. Zane Cole will strike out, and that will bring up Maple Dog with the right fielder, hitting 286 in the playoffs so far. Stolen base attempt, safe at second is Okada Khan. But a fly out right to the left fielder name. And that is going to end the inning. We head to the top of the fourth. 2-0 still, State College.
Top of the fourth, with Steiner getting called on the ground out, as Schuldinger bringing up Curtis McKenzie, who runs out as well. Another 1-2-3 against the Delos. 2-0 Swifties as we're heading to the bottom of the fourth.
Mo Love will be up now. He's 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer, but will fly out in this at-bat. Jake Silliams now is going to get hit by the pitch. The first one that they saw, and they'll take first. Yoshironi grounds into a fielder's choice. No relay throw made for the double play attempt. So runner on first with 2 outs. Milligan will get on board with an infield single as the shortstop Wallace is unable to come up with it. Bob Catter, deep drive to straightaway center. It's caught all the way at the track. A running catch by the center fielder Schuldener will retire the side, and we head to the top of the fifth. State College still leading by 2. Oh!
And as I'm about to say, the top of the fifth, that ball is smashed from McTavish. That's the homer number 1 for McTavish in the postseason, and the Delos are clean. 1 as Thompson. What a dive! by Yoshironi there for out number one. Swing and a miss by Digan as the Dealers are trying to claw back. And that one is a ground out by Wallace. A home run followed by a catch, followed by a strikeout and a ground out. Drop this one up.
It's going to be 43 and a quarter first up here in the bottom of the fifth with a fly out to left center. Schuldiner takes care of it. Okada Khan will strike out on the knuckle curve, and that'll bring up Zane Cole. 2 outs, base paths empty for the first baseman. Grounder short, over to first in time for out number 3. Here to the top of the sixth. State College still only leading by 1 run. We'll see if the Dillos can tie it up. Oh,
That's a home run. And the game is tied. Game goes 387, and the game is tied as Mitchell has a base hit. The Dealers are here. The Dealers are back. The Dealers are here, and they're trying to win this one. A walk drawn by Steiner, and another walk by Shooter. The bases are loaded. Let's see what McKenzie has.
oh no.
McKenzie has a walk. The chef is burning the food. As a walk is driven in, and that's a hit at the wall. It's a double, a 2 RBI double, and it's 5-2 Amarillo with Neromantics in the game. That food chef was cooking turned sour pretty quickly here. As there's a ground out. What a dive by Yoshironi there. That's 2 dives by Yoshironi. But the damage is done. It's 5-2 Amarillo.
They let him cook for too long. Maple Dogwood is going to start off against Wayne Wheeler still on the mound with a single. Mo Love grounds into a double play. Jake Silliams now will ground out. State College needed to get some runs back in this inning, and they were unable to do so. Now 5 unanswered runs through 2 innings. We head to the top of the 7th.
That's a ground out against Name, followed by Mitchell popping out to the first baseman. And that one is another homer. Adelbert Steiner has a home run. Third home run in the game for the Delos. It's 6'2", 389 feet. Neromantics, more like no mantics. As Schildinger will pop out for out number 3.
State College back in the batter's box now in the bottom of the 7th. Yoshironi will start them off with a single here in the bottom of the inning. Amelia Milligan now. Fly ball into center field. It is caught. We have 6 unanswered runs on the board from the Dillos, and it has turned this game quite on its head after State College was the first team to score early on with a 2-0 lead. But now it's 6-2, and we head to the top of the 8th as State College unable to answer anything.
Top of the 8th with Curtis McKenzie flying out. Swing and a miss by Binger McTavish. Out number 2, as Cash Thompson grounds out for out number 3. Delos still up by 4.
Now it's going to be Okada Khan first up here in the bottom of the 8th. Swifties cannot leave this all to the 9th. They need to get some runs on the board here. Khan will fly out. Now it's going to be Zane Cold who will do the same. This one to right field. Steiner puts the glove on it. And now Maple Dogwood will pop fly that out into right center field. They will have to leave it all to the 9th. Dillos have a chance to extend their lead, though, here in the top of the inning.
Insurance runs are on the menu for the Dillos, but what they get is a strikeout. And another one, a ground out here for out number 2. And they get a base. It's an error. No, it's not. It's a single. And a stolen base attempt is safe as they have a base hit to add more insult to the wound. Mitchell has a double. It's 7-2 Amarillo. And that's a ground out to end the inning.
Game 7 looking more and more likely here. State College down 5 runs. They will start off with a single from Mo Love here in the bottom of the ninth. New pitcher Gritty enters the game and quickly gets a double play grounded into by Silliams. Last out for State College, Yoshironi, base hit. The cold-hitting left fielder will get on board, and here's Amelia Milligan now, the shortstop. A back-to-back singles for the Swifties. Now here's Bob Catter, runners on first and second. Fly ball, this could do it. And it will! The Dillos are going to take Game 6 and force a deciding game. Game number 7 between the Dillos and the Swifties. It will be happening. Winner take all in that last game. And we'll be watching it a little bit later on in the stream. But the Dillos are the ones that made this Game 7 happen as they take Game 6 of the semifinals 7-2. What a great day at the plate for Binker McTavish and Unique Name. 3 RBIs from McTavish and 3 hits from Unique Name. Tiny Chef got the loss. Wayne Wheeler the win. And Unique Name will be your player of the game. So the Dillos are going to even this one up at 3 games apiece. As we head.
And with that, I would have to tell everyone a good night because I have other things to do, aka the ISFL sim, and I have to pop out. Thank you for having me. It was a blast.
Yeah, thank you for co-hosting.
And I may pop back in if you're still going when we're done.
All right, sounds good. Take care and enjoy your ISFL stream.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Bye. All right. So just you and me now, chat. Bruce City versus Chicago. This is a 3-2 series in favor of the Bears. We have a new prediction active for who will win game number 6. Will it be the Bruce City Bears, and will they punch their ticket to the World Series? Or will the Chicago Kingpins even it up just like the Dillos just did at 3 games apiece? This is the second game of the series that we have watched live. So far, we have watched 3 games, 3 elimination games, and in each one, the team that could be eliminated has won it and has prevented their own elimination. So none of the 3 teams that could have advanced to the World Series have yet. All 4 series are still up in the air. And as a reminder, you can check out that crawler at the bottom of your screen for all of the series updates that we have had going on so far tonight. It's going to be the Bears and the Kingpins for game number 6. Be sure to get your predictions in. We got the Midwestern Classic here between Milwaukee, Brew City, and Chicago. Here at the Tap House, up in Milwaukee, up in Brew City, the Bears will be the home team, looking to put this series away, while the Kingpins need to win 2 on the road in order to advance to the World Series. We still don't know who they will be facing in the World Series, but it will be the winner of game number 7 between the Dillos and the Swifties. I think we're about ready to get on into games, so without any further ado, Ragnar Lothbrok and Kelvin Gausman on the mound. The 2 starting pitchers will be dueling it out. And it's going to be Nate Brittles, Alyssa Jacob, and Pedro Blanco due up first for the Kingpins against Kelvin Gausman. And we are underway here in Bruce City. First pitch of the ball game now. So technically third pitch, as it's an 0-2 count by Kelvin Gausman already against Nate Brittles, left fielder. Deep drive to right, Nate Brittles! Home run! Solo shot despite Steve Gonzalez Jr. running all the way out above the wall, apparently, there. And the Kingpins strike first and strike early with the home run. Alyssa Jacob will get a base hit onto second safe with a double. Now, after a home run and a double by the Kingpins, Pedro Blanco will get an infield hit to make it first and third. Santiago Benito strikes out, and now with runners at the corners, here's Cove. Grounder short, it's past the shortstop. Another run comes home, and the Kingpins taking an early 2-0 lead as they look to prevent their elimination from the semifinals. Allard draws a walk after the foul out by Brown, and now here's Kent Murphy, the second. Bases loaded, 2 away, strike 3 on to Kent Murphy, the second. And we head to the bottom of the first to see if the Bears can answer back. 2 runs already for the Kingpins. And they'll send Ragnar Lothbrok to the mound to try and defend that 2-run lead. Fly out by Gonzalez Jr., and then a walk by Bone Bearer brings up Swanson Goose. Grounder to the right side. Unable to come up with it cleanly is Allard, and that will be an infield hit for Goose. Nash grounds into a fielder's choice, and now we have runners at the corners with 2 away for Del Monte. Grounder short. Taking it unassisted, even though the second baseman was covering there. Okay. All right. No runs scored by the Brew City Bears, and we head to the top of the second. Base hit to start off the Kingpins inning by Wakabayashi, and now it's going to be Nate Brittles. Left fielder is 1 for 1 on the day with the solo shot. This one will just be a pop fly and a pop out to the left side of the infield. Alyssa Jacob draws a walk, and now it's going to be first and second for Blanco. Blanco, a base hit that's going to bring home another run for the Kingpins, and Chicago adds to their lead. It is now 3-0. Santiago Benito will fly out to left. That'll be out number 2. Cove of the O variety will get a base hit. That's going to be an RBI as well. Chicago now leads 4-0. Bartholomew Brown grounds out to second base, and that's going to end the inning, but Chicago is making a statement here on the road. They're saying, we're not done. We want a game number 7. Notice Ixon is going to ground out to second, and that's going to be the first out of the inning for the Brew City Bears here in the bottom of the second. McLee will get on board with a base hit, and now here's Vidal Valor Jr. Valor Jr. will get on board with an infield hit. And now Xander Ozza, the shortstop. Base hit for Ozza. That's going to advance the runners. It won't be an RBI. Looked like they may have had a chance on the fly ball. Deep drive to left. No, it's going to be caught shy of the track, but it will bring home a run. Gonzalez Jr. with the sac fly brings home McLee. Bone Bearer, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And a fly out to end the inning will bring up the top of the third. Bears get one of the runs back, but they're still down 4-1. Allard will ground out to second for the first out of the inning. And a fly out, a diving catch by Del Monte in left will retire Murphy the second. Kabayashi will sky that into deep center, and that one's going to be 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the third. For the first time in this game, Chicago does not score in an inning. Swanson Goose will start off with a fly out here in the bottom of the third, and now here's Dustin Nash. Fly out to left of their own, and now Federico Del Monte, the left fielder, will fly out to left. How inspiring. Quick 1, 2, 3. All flyouts to left. That'll bring the Kingpins back to the plate here in the top of the fourth. Brittles grounds out to the second baseman to start off the inning. Now Alyssa Jacob gets on board with a single into left. Here's Pedro Blanco, the first baseman. Pop fly, right side, foul territory. It is caught by Bearer. Now there's 2 outs with only a runner on first. Deep drive to center, not quite making the track. And that will end the top of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth now, it's going to be the Bears. They're down 3. They need to get some runs on the board quickly here, or it's going to get out of hand quickly. Ixon will ground out, and now here's McLee. Fly out into right, caught. Valor Jr. Deep fly to left field. This one could be... No, it's going to be caught on the warning track. Nate Brittles retires the side. And the score is still 4-1. As Ragnar Lothbrok breathes a sigh of relief as they let that one get away from them a little bit. Cove, here in the top of the fifth, will strike out, and now it will bring up Bartholomew Brown. Otto Heineken Bear entered the game last inning, at the top of last inning. and has gotten 2 outs in this inning. It issues a walk, though, to Allard, but induces a ground out from Kent Murphy II to end the inning. Nothing but a walk for Chicago as the Kingpins still lead at 4-1. Bottom of the 5th, now it's Aza. Aza with a bouncer into left field for a single. Speedy Gonzalez Jr. is going to ground into a fielder's choice. Great play from, I believe that was the catcher, Benito. And now Bear will ground into a fielder's choice as well. Goose draws a walk on the 3-1 pitch, and now that will bring up Dustin Nash. 2 away. Runners on first and second. That one's going to get away. Is that a wild pitch? I believe it was. And Dustin Nash will fly out to end the inning, though, so no damage done on the wild pitch. We're through 5 here at Brew City, and Chicago still has a 3-run lead. Wakabayashi, the DH, will start us off here in the top of the 6th with an out. And now Nate Brittles will fly out to the right fielder for out number 2. And so far we've seen 2 games from the Kingpins and the Bears in this series, as that will be the end of the top of the 6th. And there's kind of been a running theme. I don't know if you guys have noticed. It's kind of been the Bears not being able to score all that many runs. They didn't score any, I believe, in the previous game, and now they've only scored 1 run through 5 innings. As their offense is not doing too hot these last couple of games. And a quick 1-2-3 inning further proves that point. We head to the top of the 7th. Pedro Blanco with a base hit into right center field. Now it's going to be Santiago Benito. Strikeout on the changeup. Winnie the Pabst gets him to strike out. And Cove will do the same. It's 2 strikeouts on the day for Winnie the Pabst, and they were back-to-back. Quick base hit by Bartholomew Brown to center field, and now we have runners on first and second with 2 outs. Allard grounds out to the first baseman, and that's going to do it for the inning. It's time for the stretch here in Brew City as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Ballard Jr. will start us off with a base hit into left field. A good start for the Bears offense. Let's see if they can keep it going. Aza, the shortstop, hitting 400 in the playoffs. We ground it right to the first baseman, who doesn't have to move all that far to tap on first base for the out. New pitcher Julian McMorris Jr. enters the game and immediately walks Steve Gonzalez Jr., as well as Bone Bearer, back-to-back walks. This one on a full count. Swanson Goose, bases loaded. Base hit for Goose, and that's going to bring home 2. Brew City was down 3, and now they have drawn within 1. 4-3 is the score for Chicago. They do still have the lead as Nash strikes out. And a grounder into a fielder's choice by Del Monte will end the inning and cap the Bears at 2 runs for this inning. Kingpins hold a slim lead, and they'll be looking to add to it. No, a hit by pitch issued by Winnie the Pabst, and that will put Kent Murphy II on. A quick ground out by Wakabayashi. And with 1 out, a runner is in scoring position for Nate Brittles. Jeff Skipson takes to the mound. And on the first 4 pitches, walks Nate Brittles. Bounces back for 3 straight strikes, though, to get Alyssa Jacob. And Pedro Blanco grounds out to the third base side, on to first for out number 3. Chicago threatened a little bit there in the top of the 8th, but no runs scored. We head to the bottom of the inning. Deep drive to center field. Ixon not quite able to get that one over the fence. McLee will go down on the strikeout. Now here's Valor Jr. Julian McMorris Jr. still pitching. Strike 3 swinging by Valor Jr. We head to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Kingpins to add to their lead. Bears only have 3 outs remaining in the bottom of this inning. Benito will get on board with an infield hit, and now here's Cove. Cove will follow up with a base hit of their own. And now we have runners on first and second with no outs for Brown. I don't know what just happened there. Nothing changed, but Brown will foul out, and now here's Allard. Allard with an infield single, and now we have bases loaded. Murphy the second, fly out to center. That's going to be a sac fly, safe at home plate, and Chicago adds on another run. Oh, missed bunts. Okay, perfect. Thanks, RJ. Wakabayashi will fly out to right center, and Ixon will put the glove on it. Chicago does add another run, making it all that more harder for Bruce City to clinch their spot in the World Series on this game. Chicago wants a game 7, and they might just get it here. Base hit by Aza brings up Gonzalez Jr., who grounds into a double play. That was the first batter Girl Boss faced. Bone Bearer base hit into center. 2 outs, runner on. Here's Goose. Strike 3, and there will be a game 7 here as well. Both Miners games are going to the last game of the series, with both of them having a 3-3 tie in the series now. All to play for both of these two Miners semifinals. It will come down to 1 game each, with the winner going to the World Series. What a great story for these 4 minor league teams. The win will go to Jolene Mydog in relief for Chicago. The loss will go to Kelvin Gausman for Bruce City on the start. Otijo Mizark Cove is your player of the game, going 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs in that number 5 spot on the Chicago lineup. 5-3 was the final for the Kingpins. And the Bruce City Bears, after having a 3-1 lead, now need to win their final game to make it to the World Series. It's all coming down to 1 more game for both of these series. We will catch back up with them after we take a look at the majors. Majors, New York wants a stamina check, or a stem check. Anchovy, 100%. Montgomery, 24. PDV2, 20. Rosas, 44. Penalty, 69. Nice for relief pitching. And Pete Williams, 96. Aviators say there are no changes. Scorpions, gonna let the boys cook. Okay. Anything from the Space Rangers? And any changes from the Void Boys based on those stamina checks? By the way, Miners teams, for your game number 7, be sure to let us know if you have changes in your channel. I see the Swifties and the Dillos have already let us know of something. I haven't looked yet. I want to keep those notifications unread for now, just so that I can remember to check on them. Parco, starter hook to +2. 1, 2. Should be good, just in case I'm going to go lineup strategy and double check Parco. Yep, +2. Pitching changes for the pen. Kept penalty to stopper. 8th and close. Already good. Okay. Pete Williams, cap penalty, 7th and close. Okay. Gotcha. Pete Williams, mid-relief, used more often. And no secondary. No secondary for anyone. Paid EV2, mid-relief, used less. Okay. Montgomery, to none specified, normal. Rosas to already there. Anchovy, long relief, avoid high leverage, looks good. That should be all the changes for you, right, Enoch? Voyagers look good. Space Rangers, pitching page, okay. Do you want stamina check, or do you just want to see the pitching page? There's only 5 relievers. We can go through a quick stamina check here. Marston, 67. Ragnarok, 96. Rove is good. Macarena, 91 for relief pitching. And Lightyear hasn't been used, so he's good. I see Swifties, Dillos, and Bears have all pinged me. Thank you very much to all 3 of you. Kingpins, if you have changes for game number 7, let us know. I see Dirk that is typing. Okay, perfect. We got changes. Yorm to Stopper. 7th and close. High leverage. Marston to Mirror Leaf, used more often. And Stopper. Macarena, middle leaf, normal usage, high leverage. Okay. Beauregard Rove is good. Lightyear is good. Save. Look good, Dirk. Or do you have any other changes? Enoch, anything? I should say anything else. We already did the pen changes. Change the wind slider to yes, please. I don't know where that slider's located. That must be something that only excellent OOTP users know of. I don't really use OOTP. Chaos mod on. Alright. We're going to turn the Chaos mod on. You guys ready? We're going to blink and you'll miss it. Boom. Chaos mod is on. Alright. We're ready. The Chaos mod is here. Alright. We are about ready to get on into game then. We will go ahead and... we watched the Voyagers and Aviators first last time since it... Well, only. So, we'll go ahead and... oh, never mind. We're not streaming this one because it's tied at 2. All right, we're quick simming the Scorpions and the Space Rangers, and then we will watch the Voyagers and the Aviators. Just making sure that, okay, this is the same day that we just watched those on. Okay, Scorpion Space Rangers, the winner, the last quick simmed game of the day of today's stream. All the rest will be streamed. Last quick sim. The winner of game number 5 between Death Valley and Lunar Base, taking a 3-2 lead over their opponent, is the Lunar Base Space Rangers, who take a 3-2 lead in the series by winning this one 6-3 over the Death Valley Scorpions. 10 hits for Lunar Base, 3 of them coming from Callie Alvarez, who had a 3 RBI day. We had 2 hits each from Oatmeal III and Blitter Buoyant. And outside Death Valley, a 2-for-4 day from Rake Slammer with 2 runs scored and 1 run knocked in. 10-minute version gets 2 RBIs. Tsunami II takes the loss for Death Valley, while Mano Wright gets the win on the quality start. Ragnarok the hold, Marston their second save. Callie Alvarez, your player of the game. Congratulations to Lunar Base for taking that 3-2 lead, which means that they are now only one win away. I keep saying one game away. They're only 1 win away from the World Series. And DVS will need to win their remaining 2 games in order to make it there. All right, Legends Conference, the conference finals. New York OBX. New York took a 3-0 lead to start off this series. OBX has already won 1 game out of the 4 they need for the reverse sweep. Will they take their second win here in game number 5 at home? Or will the Voyagers put this one away and have our first result of the evening? Voyagers, OBX. What do you think, chat? Are you team GoBX or are you team #BoatUp? Who will win? Who will win the big tamale? Is that what the prediction says? I was caught off guard by that. Who's going to win the big tamale of game number 5? OBX or New York? Upboat sounds better. What's upboat? Is that like updog? All right, game number 5 New York OBX. Athena Aria is going to be on the mound, the perennial good pitcher. It's Aria has been great for so long. And if you're an OBX fan, you are stoked to see Aria on the mound right now in a must-win situation against the New York Voyagers. Anthony Parco, though, having a great season of their own, 15-5 with a 3.15 ERA. Pitcher of the Year candidate, potentially, in Anthony Parco and Athena Aria. Pitcher of the Year candidates for both teams here in this game. It's a must-win situation for OBX. New York can still drop this one and win one of their next 2 games if they needed to, but I'm sure they would much rather put it away right here, right now, in game number 5. Let Parco cook in reason. within reason. don't let him cook too much. Just let him cook within reason. All right. Voyagers versus Aviators. Let's head on in to game number 5. OBX needs to win. Voyagers win, and they're in the World Series. Game number 5, Athena Aria on the mound for the first pitch, and we are underway. My next create should be named Chaos Mod. I already have my next create already figured out, but I appreciate the naming suggestion. J.R. Frankenstero will lead us off here in the top of the first here in Outer Banks, Alaska. Base hit by Frankenstero to start off the day for the Voyagers. Dion will follow suit with a single of their own, but the throw from Schneider gets Frankenstero, who was headed for third. They got a little bit greedy. And now with a strikeout by Croxout, off for second, caught stealing by the catcher, Cole Kim. Some interesting base running decisions by the Voyagers will cost them. And despite 2 hits to start off the game, the Voyagers aren't able to bring anyone across. There's Schneider will start us off with a base hit. Off for second, safe with another stolen bag. And now Cole Kim will get a base hit. That'll bring Schneider to third. First and third, here's Bibberson grounding into a double play, but the run does score as Schneider will take home plate. 43 senior grounds out to end the inning, but OBX does score, and they are the first ones to do so. It is 1-0 Aviators as we head to the top of the second. TGP will start us off for the Voyagers here in the top of the second with a ground out, and now Bellick Cove will go to draw a walk on a full count. Off for second is Cove, and another caught stealing. Second of the game for Cole Kim behind the plate. Squints Palidorus will strike out. Second K on the day for Aria. And we head to the bottom of the second to see if the Aviators can add to their lead. Sui will fly out to right. And now here's Marcus Emerson. Strike 3. As Emerson goes down, that's out number 2. Here's Nick Fielder. Got our second on to first, easy out for the Voyagers defense. And a quick 1-2-3 inning, a much better inning than the first for the New York defense. Top of the third, a quick fly out by Moose will bring up Ifesh Cove. It grounds out to shortstop. Now here's Franklin DeMars, the first baseman. Strike 3. New York goes down in order. Bottom of the third now, OBX up 1-0. It's going to be Dunkin' Donuts first up. Fly ball into right center field. Dion ranges over for that one and puts it away. Beckett Brooks with a base hit into right field. That's going to be a single for the shortstop. Now here's Schneider. Pop flies that one to bloop single into center field. We'll put Schneider on first. First and second now, Cole Kim flies out to right. Taking off for third is Brooks, and they will be safe. Advancing on sacrifice. And quick flyout by Bibberson will end the inning. So we head to the top of the fourth. OBX does not extend their lead. It is still 1-0. Frankenstero is going to take strike 3 on the knuckle curve. To start off the top of the fourth, James Dion will go down on the strikeout as well. Now 2 away. I don't know what that meant on the feed. It said the prototype is out. I don't know what that means. Croc's out with a base hit into straightaway center field. Will be on board with a single, but TGP will clear the base paths and end the inning on the fielder's choice. And we head to the bottom of the fourth now. OBX lead 1-0, and they'll be back in the batter's box. 43 senior will draw a walk, and that will bring up Suyu Asui, who grounds into a double play to clear the base paths. Emerson goes down on the strikeout. Nothing across for the Aviators. We head to the top of the fifth now. Still 1-0 OBX. Cove, a base hit into left. We'll start off the Voyagers well here in the top of the fifth. Walk drawn by Palidorus. First and second now for Moose. Nobody out. That's a bunt down the line. Thrown on to first. The sacrifice worked. It's now second and third. Ifesh Cove strikes out, and that's going to bring up Franklin DeMars. 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. Grounder is short. They scoop it up, and they're just going to eat it. Infield hit for Franklin DeMars, and that's going to be an RBI single. Tie game, and a base hit by Franklin Stero will immediately break the tie as the Voyagers take a 2-1 lead. Grounder to shortstop to end the inning by Dion, and we head to the bottom of the fifth. Voyagers take the lead for the first time this game. Fielder will ground out to start off the bottom of the inning, and now here's Dunkin' Donuts. Pop fly, right center field, shallow. It's going to be caught by TGP. And now Beckett Brooks. Strikeout on the 1-2 pitch, chasing a bad pitch, and the side is retired. Aviators go down 1-2-3. We head to the top of the sixth. Voyagers up by a run. Here's Croc's out. Fly ball in the left center field. Fielder will take care of that one. TGP goes down on the strikeout. The 3-2 offering got him on the circle change. Now here's Bellick Cove. Cove with a base hit down the left field line. Voyagers offense is still kicking after that 2-run fifth inning, as Cove will get on board with a double. Deep drive to right field. That one is gone. Squints Palidorus will get their second home run of the playoffs and put New York up now 3 runs. Where it was a 1-run ball game, now New York has added to that, and Wallace Jones enters the ball game to strike out Joey Moose. 4-1 Voyagers. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Let's see if Aviators can answer back. That's going to be a drop third strike. But they did get him at first for the first out of the inning. Cole Kim draws a walk. Here's Bub Bipperson. Over to second. For 1, they do not make the relay throw, and it's the fielder's choice. 43 senior gets on board with a walk, and now it's first and second for Suyu Asui. And a fly out to right. TGP will retire Asui, and that's going to do it for the 6th inning. Top of the 7th now. Voyagers up 4-1. Will they be able to add on to it? Fly ball into left by Cove. Almost to the warning track. Donuts puts it away. Franklin DeMars. Deep drive to right. It will be caught. And now that will bring up the top of the order once again. J.R. Frankenstero. Grounder to third. And that's going to be an error on the OBX defense. Asui charged with the error, but a quick ground out right back to Asui will make sure that the Voyagers cannot capitalize on that error. Time for the stretch here in Alaska. And the line drive right to Dion. That will be the first out of the bottom of the 7th. Drive down the line and left. Nick Fielder with a double. That'll bring up Dunkin' Donuts. Walk issued on a full count. Beckett Brooks. Cat penalty enters the game. First and second. 1 away. Runner second. Over to second for 1. Back over to first. Double play. Aviators do not score despite 2 base runners in the inning. Rock out with your Crocs out. Will start us off here in the top of the 8th with a pop fly to Beckett Brooks. TGP goes down a strikeout, and that will bring up Bellick Cove with 2 away and no one on board. Bellick Cove, deep drive to right field. The Voyagers will add to their lead again. And New York has now taken a 4-run lead in the late innings of this ballgame. They are up 3-2 in the series. If they win, they're in the World Series for the first time since season 31. Sprint Paladors flies out, and it brings us to the bottom of the 8th. OBX needs some base runners here, or Schneider will ground out for the first out of the inning. Now here's Cole Kim, strikeout on the 1-2 pitch. Now we'll bring up Bob Bipperson. That person will strike out. Aviators go 1-2-3. Voyagers still out in front 5-1 as we head to the top of the 9th. Welcome to the 38 Raiders from Commish LB. Much appreciated. You are tuning into the semifinals of season 40. And the Voyagers are looking to punch their ticket to the World Series here in game number 5. They lead the series 3-1, and they lead game number 5 5-1 right now. Striking out the side is Mason Williams, who entered the game at the top of that inning. And a quick inning as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for OBX. They need 4 runs just to tie it. 43 senior will ground out. Now here's Asui. Asui, fly ball into center field. Roaming over for it is Dion. There's out number 2. Last chance, Aviators. Marcus Emerson, fly ball into center field. That'll do it. The New York Voyagers are headed back to the World Series for the first time since season 31. They will have a chance to get their first World Series win since season 25. And they will be the first team tonight to make sure that they are in the big show. Congratulations to the Voyagers, and a great season to OBX. Heartbreaker of a way to end it for the Aviators, only mustering 5 hits, 2 of them coming from Schneider. Offense just couldn't get it going here in this game, and that would be what put the nail in the coffin. Bellick Cove, a great day at the plate, 3 for 3 with 3 runs and an RBI. Parco gets the win, their second of the playoffs, cap penalty, their 3rd save, and Athena Aria will take their 2nd loss of the playoffs. Bellick Cove, your player of the game. Congratulations to the New York Voyagers, who take the series 4-1. I'm going to go ahead and update our crawler real quick here. And then we can go ahead and advance the day. 1 result down, 3 to go. Let's go ahead and save, and then we'll advance the day. 12 mil bet? What? What are you talking about, Thomas? Was there a channel point? Someone win 12 million? There's no way 12 million. What? 120K bet. Gotcha. That's not 12 mil. Okay, I see what you're saying. 12 mil in PBE money. I see. 120K bet. All right, well, the majors are on a travel day. So Lunar Base and Scorpions, if you have changes to make, I know Dirk already pinged me for their changes. Scorpions haven't said anything yet, but we're going to head to the minors for today to see game number 7 for both of these. Oh, yep. I just saw your message, Caltroy. Yep, you can see. We'll do a stamina check for both you and Lunar Base after game 7s here. We have turn down the crowd slightly or turn the announcers. Oh yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and adjust that for y'all. Thank you, Hummus. All right, changes for the Swifties. Game number 7 for both of these matchups. It's going to be a good one. We got some changes to make real quick. First, some coaching changes here. Hospital socks to stopper 8th and close. Okay, done. Olive to middle leaf. None. Middle leaf used more often. None. And then Neuromantics to none specified. Avoid high leverage. And you want a stamina check as well. We can go ahead and do that here for you. We have Olive at 42% as a relief pitcher. Trey Taylor at 100. Along with Me is good. Blank Space at 72. Neuromantics 30% as a relief pitcher. Sox at 82. Everyone else at 100. Dillos. A stem check and then a stam check. Okay. Gritty 71%. A Workst 100. Blahaj 33. Bread is at 90. Trongleman 100. Mudbone 96. Serve It Up 93. And Charlie at 100. And then specifically check Evan Early. Early is at 58%, slightly tired. Kingpin's stamina check. All of the SPs. Okay. Starting pitchers. Ragnar Lothbrok is at 5% after the start yesterday. Scheduled starter with the Heelys is at 100. Schaefer's at 58. My Dog, 20% as relief pitcher. Bottom 93% as relief. Girl Boss 91. McMorris 26. Big Yosh 58. Everyone else is at 100. Bears have changes for the first time tonight. Sorry, second time tonight. I forgot about the Jeff Skipson thing. Alright, Jung. Who are we watching next? Let's do... We'll stick with the order since we watched Chicago and Brew City last. So we'll watch the Dillos and the Swift Steeds first. So Dillos, Swift Steeds will be the next game up here. Jungkook to Stopper. 7th and close set. Okay, they're already good. Jeff Skipson is also good. Flan Reynolds, middle relief, use more often setup. They're good. Schindler, middle relief, normal usage. They're good. Everyone else to none specified. Avoid high leverage. It looks like. Okay. All right. How's that look for you, Punk? That should be all the changes. Swifties. Say to put Beaver back to second starter. Okay. Didn't think his stand would be this low. Don't want him to cook. Okay. Fair enough. Dillos have changes. Dillos say Anthony Simmons. Starting pitcher hook to +2. 1, 2. Switch back to pitching and then back to this one just to make sure. Yep, it's at +2. It's good. Mudbone to Stopper, 8th and close closer. Already there. Serve It Up, set up 7th and later. And high leverage. Charlie to middle relief, use more. Done. Trongleman, long relief, normal. Oh, sorry, -2. Thank you for catching me on that. There we go. -2. My fault. I misread that. Thank you for catching it. Where was I? Charlie is at middle, more. Trongleman, long relief, normal, mid relief. Bread to middle relief, used less. Lahaj, none specified. Avoid high leverage. I'm assuming that you want this cleared as well, so I will do that as well. Un to specialist. Versus left, good. Am I tripping? I went... The order is un, and then IKEA, but I think I did those in reverse. That's weird. Okay, gritty, none specified, avoid high leverage. That should be all the changes that you mentioned, Zodiac, but there's a lot of them, so please double check me, make sure that I didn't miss anything for you. Alright, Swifties are good. Kingpins have changes. Kingpins say Schaefer to set up 6th or later. Specialist. McMorris to none specified. I assume avoid high. I don't want to assume anything. It's currently none specified normal, and I'm assuming since it's none specified, you don't want a secondary roll. Please let me know if you want this change to avoid high leverage for usage option. Avoid high leverage, okay. Thank you. I kind of figured that was the case, but I didn't want to be certain, or I didn't want to change it if it wasn't, you know. Crony to middle leaf. It's currently at middle leaf normal usage. Big Yosh to middle leaf. I am assuming also normal usage. My dog to none specified. I'm assuming avoid high leverage on that one as well. Save the game. So the only thing left is the strategy, which I intentionally put off because I wanted to get all the pen changes first. And that is Rugsy. Boop. To -4 short hook. Okay. Should that be override since it's currently set to adjust, or is that... I don't know. Do I want some company? Enoch, if you want to join me, sure. I wouldn't mind having a... Now that your team's in the World Series, you don't have to... There's no bias, I guess, on the call, so sure. I'll go ahead and... I'm in the SimCord voice channel. I'll go live if you're interested in hopping in to do some commentary with me. Can we get a Toro stamina check? No. Make the playoffs, then we'll talk. Dillo say looks good. Swifties already said that they're good. Kingpins and Bears, I didn't hear any confirmation, but I'm assuming that after those changes, you're both good. Please double check me if that's not the case. Alright, so since the Dillos and Swifties did confirm anyway, and we were going to play their game anyway, we can head on. Oh, Kingpin's confirmed too. Okay, they're good. Alright, Punk, if you have any additional changes or if I missed something, please let me know. But other than that, we're going to head on into game number 7 between the Dillos and the Swifties. Got to make sure that BNN is off, even though it's been off all evening. Good. Game number 7. This one has been back and forth all series. It was a 1-1 at one point. It was a 2-2 at one point. It was a 3-2 at one point, and then it got all tied up. Swifties had the 3-2 lead going into Game 6, and then the Dillos were the one to put Game 6 in the books in favor of them. So we have a game number 7 instead. Hi, Enoch.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I thought I would keep you company for a little bit.
Thank you.
You're all by your lonesome.
Yeah, I'm doing all right, but appreciate the company. Do you want to cast one of these teams at the back?
We can split it if you want.
What do you want to do?
Why don't you take first? I guess what is it? Like first half, or how do you want to do it? It's up to you. It's up to you. Whatever.
Sure,
I don't care.
like 4.5 and 4.5. I'll take the.
4.5 and 4.5. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Why don't you take the first?
I'll take. All right, I'll take the
You
first
take the first,
four.
and then I'll finish.
Okay, I'll take the first 4.5 then, and Enoch will take the last 4.5. All right. Minor League game number 7 between the Dillos and the Swifties. Who's going to win, chat? Let us know by cheering for your favorite team. The winner advances to the World Series. The loser is done for the season. Home team Swifties will be sending Ryan Knock to the mound, 12-3 on the season, while Anthony Simmons II gets the nod for the Dillos on the starting pitching. New prediction, bet it all, says Dolores Clifton. Who is going to the big one? Make your predictions now. As we head on into game, Ryan Knock will be the first pitcher to take to the mound. Let's get underway with game number 7. It's going to be Name, Mitchell, and Steiner due up here in the top of the first for the Dillos. Ryan Knock heads to the mound, already a 1-1 count, and a base hit by Unique Name will be the first hit of the ball game. Off for second, safe with a stolen base, and that will bring up Jake Mitchell. Walk issued on the full count. Dillos have 2 base runners already, no outs. Steiner's going to walk. We have the bases loaded now for Pele Schuldiner. Fly ball to left. It's caught. Will it be deep enough? It will. Dillos score first here, 1-0 in game number 7. Quick grounder short, over to first in time, but it does bring home another run. Mitchell comes home to score. And now it's 2-0 Dillos. McTavish will fly out to center to end the inning. But Amarillo strikes first as we head to the bottom of the first. It's going to be Catter, 43 1/4, and Okada Khan due up for the Swifties. Spent 170 channel put. It's not over yet. It's just the start. Swifties can very easily come back from a 2-run deficit. But 43 1/4 after Catter gets on board with single. That's going to be a double play to clear the base paths.
On tonight.
Yeah, Okada Khan. With the base paths clear and 2 outs, will fly out to right, and that will do it for the inning. We head to the top of the second now with the Dillos. Bottom third of their lineup, Thompson, Dagon, and Wallace. Thompson will fly out to the right fielder Dogwood for the first out of the second here. Now Ian Dagon, the DH. Base hit for Dagon. On to first with a single. And now it's going to be Walker Wallace, the shortstop, on to second. Over to second, over to first. 4-6-3 on the DP. And we head to the bottom of the second now. Dillos do not score to add to their lead. So the State College Swifties are still only down by 2. Zane Cold will line out right to Steiner. And now here's Maple Dogwood. Dogwood, a nice catch by Walker Wallace at shortstop over the back. Now Mo Love goes down the strikeout, a 1-2-3 inning for Simmons II on the mound. And we head to the top of the third. Dills lead 2-0, and they'll be back in the batter's box now. Unique Name will strike out against Ryan Knock, the first K of the game for Knock, if you don't count the 2 in his last name. Jake Mitchell will ground out to Okada Khan for out number 2, and now here's Adalbert Steiner, who will draw a walk on a full count. Next up, Pele Schuldiner. Runner on first, 2 away. Down the line and right, that's going to be a base hit for Schuldiner. Extra bases, it would be a double. Now Curtis McKenzie with runners in scoring position, 2 of them, and 2 outs. Fly ball into left field, it will be caught. Drifting in towards the stands, but it is caught. It looked like in foul territory by the left fielder Yoshironi. And so no runs come home to score. Swifties will see Cilliam step into the box first. Deep drive to straightaway center field. All the way back to the wall, and Schuldiner will make the catch. Yoshironi will fly out to right, and now it's going to bring up Amelia Milligan, the shortstop. 455 average in the playoffs so far, and that will improve. With a single into left, Milligan now 478 on the playoffs this season. Bob Catter will watch as Milligan takes second, and then strike out to end the inning. Swifties get a runner into scoring position, but can't bring him home. Top of the fourth now, 2-0 Dillos. It's going to be McTavish grounding out for the first out. Cash Thompson will follow up with a fly out, and that will bring up Ian Dagon. Dagon had a good start to this series, but has since cooled off a little bit. They will get on board with a single. Walker Wallace now will ground out, and that will do it for the inning. We head to the bottom of the fourth now, 2-0 Amarillo. We'll see if State College can put some runs on the board here in the fourth. 43 1/4. Fly ball into center field. It is caught by Schuldiner, and that will bring up Okada Khan, the third baseman. Grounder short over to first. That's going to be out number 2. Zane Cole now will strike out to end the inning. We head to the top of the fifth. Still no runs for State College through 4. They only have 2 hits. Unique name with a fly ball into center field. It will be caught. And now here's Jake Mitchell, the third baseman. Mitchell, grounder is short over to first. 9-time infield hit for Jake Mitchell. Steiner will fly out to center field for the second out of the inning. And with a runner on first, here's Schuldiner. Strike 3 swinging. That'll bring us to the bottom of the fifth, and Enoch will take us the rest of the way.
All right, so we'll have Dogwood, Love, and Cillian coming up for the Swifties. Let's see if they could get anything going against Simmons, who has been pitching really well so far. And Love will get a single here, so it's 1 out as Cillian comes up. And Cillian will get a base hit, so it's 2 on, 1 out. They got something going. Yoshironi hit this one deep, but it'll be caught in center. Still 2 on, 2 out for Milligan. Milligan will get the walks, bases loaded for Catter coming up, the top of the order for the Swifties. Catter will hit this one deep, and that is gone. That's a grand slam. That gets over the head of the right fielder. That is a grand slam by Bob Catter, putting the Swifties up 4-2. 43 1/4 coming up as looks like they're going to the pen now. Oh, serve it up comes into pitch as 43 gets a and this one's deep, and that's gone. Okada Khan, first home run of the playoffs. 6-2 now. Oh, huge inning for the Swifties. Zane Cole comes up as he will strike out, finally ending this. So the Swifties taking a 6-2 lead. Let's see if the Dillos can answer back against. Now they're in the pen, 22 pitching, as McKenzie strikes out. McTavish up, and that is a shallow fly ball caught by the right fielder for the second out. Cash Thompson rounds out to the shortstop, and that's a quick 1-2-3. State College still up 6-2 as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Dogwood, Love, and Cillian again, as Dogwood will get a single to left. 1 on, no out for Mo Love. Mo Love up the middle, that is a base hit, so 2 on, no outs for Cillian. And Cillian bunts, moving the runners up. Sacrifice. One out. Yoshironi will ground out to the shortstop, no advance. Milligan will hit this one fairly into center. Not that deep, but they get out of it, keeping the score at 6-2. The top of the 7th inning, as Dagon strikes out against 22. Walker Wallace up. Wallace will hit a dribbler back to the pitcher, and that's the second out. Unique name coming up, and that is a ground out to Mo Love, and that will end the top of the 7th. We move to the bottom of the 7th, top of the lineup for the Swifties again. Catter 43. And Khan coming up as Catter pops out infield fly. 43. We hit this one deep. This one has a chance. Nope. And it and is caught at the warning track. Khan will get the walk. So 1 on, 2 out for Zane Cole as Charlie Sue comes in and Cole gets a home run and making it 8-2 now. So it looks like the Swifties are in commanding lead. Dogwood coming up. Dogwood strikes out against Sue, ending the inning. 8-2. Big hill to climb for the Dillos now as we move to the top of the 8th. Mitchell will get a ground out to the shortstop for 1 out. Steiner will get the walk. Scholdinger up the middle, base hit. 2 on, 1 out for McKenzie. 22 still in the game. McKenzie will get an infield single. That's bases loaded now for McTavish. As look what you make me do comes in, and that is a base hit blooper over the third baseman's head. That's 1-1 in 8-3 now. Cash Thompson coming up. Thompson up the middle. That is a base hit. That's 1. That's 2. It's now 8-5. Dillo's not going away. Dagon coming up. Dagon will line out to center. 2 out now. Walker Wallace will hit a fly ball to the third baseman. So they are able to hold on right now. They move to the bottom of the 8th to 5. Swifties leading. Mo Love leading things off, and that is a base hit through right field. Cillian's coming up, and a missed bunt. But but Cillian will fly out to right, and Mo Love advances while Yoshironi gets a double down the line to left field, and that will score Mo Love. They get an insurance run back. It's 9-5 now. Milligan will take the walk against Sioux. 2 on, 1 out for Catter as Trungleman comes in. And Catter gets this one through. That is a base hit that will drive home Yoshironi, and it's 10-5 Swifties. Jose 43 and a quarter.
Oh.
That is gone. A 3-run shot. Jose 43 and a quarter, who has done absolutely nothing so far. gets a 3-run shot. This might be the nail in the coffin. Khan takes the walk. Zane Cole will round into a fielder's choice. 2 out. Dogwood coming up. Dogwood has a very slow dribbler, but they are able to get him out to end the inning. They score 5 in that bottom of the 8th. This game is probably over, but you never know. They down. Unique name. 1 out. Jake Mitchell will ground out to a second. Last chance for the Dillos. Steiner gets this one deep, but it's caught by the right fielder, and the Swifties are going back to the World Series. 13-5 the final score. Congratulations to the State College Swifties, and one heck of a series by the Dillos as well. This is Swifties were the best team in the league, and they took them to 7. Definitely something that definitely be proud of that. Like they were the best team in the league, and but going to the box scores here from the Dillos side, they scatter a bunch of hits, a couple RBIs for Thompson, a couple of hits for Dagon, and a couple of hits for Schrodinger. On the State College side, 5 RBIs for Catter, and 3 RBIs for Jose, 43 and a quarter, a couple of RBIs for Khan and Cole. Just everybody had a hit here, just offensive explosion. Dillo's pitching, Simmons the second taking the loss, and over on the State College side, not getting the win, going 5 innings, giving up 2. And the player of the game is Bob Catter. Congratulations to the Swifties.
I'm just adjusting our tracker right now, our crawler.
And I believe what's the state? Well, when you get back out there, the day after this one, so on the 5th, the minors will start. You won't see it until.
Gotcha. The World Series.
Wait. We still got one more. Wait, both game 7 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's game 7. Yeah.
So the 5th is gonna start either one. So if the majors gets past, get past today or tomorrow. Then, we might have. So
it's a travel
tomorrow,
day.
Travel day. We get past the 4th.
We should be fine because the 4th is going to be game 6, and then the 5th would
game
be
6, game 7. I think we might
the
be
actual
fine.
day of.
Might
yeah.
be fine.
Okay. So 3 straight playoff, or 3 straight World Series.
No, we won't be fine. No, we won't be fine.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Because long story short, I need to move the Majors World Series. So regardless what happens, I'm gonna do. If it gets past, I have to remove I have to move back the minors so I could actually advance. So I wouldn't worry too much about that right now.
Okay.
So,
We'll figure it out shortly.
So we just make sure that we don't get past. But yeah.
But congratulations to the State College Swifties. 3 straight World Series appearances. now for them in back-to-back-to-back seasons. So we are going to head on to game number 7 between the Kingpins and the Bears now. Let's see. Okay. Everyone should be good on that front, it looks like, in terms of changes. So we are going to head on into game then. Lotso Heineken Bear version 2.0 is going to get the start for the Brew City Bears versus Rugsy with the Heelys. All to play for here. The winner of this game will go on to face the State College Swift Steeds in the World Series. Kingpins, again, are looking to make it back to the World Series after not making it there last season. Their last World Series appearance 2 seasons ago in season 38, where they lost to the State College Swift Steeds. So potential for revenge ball there. Brew City, their last World Series appearance and win, was season 36, where they won against Chicago 4-3. So both teams have a lot of reason to want to make it back to the World Series here. And the winner of this game is going to do just that, to face off against State College on Saturday. Enoch, do you have a prediction on which of these two teams is going to win it here while we wait for everyone to get their predictions in of
I
their
kind
own?
of lean towards the home team a bit more. Usually I kind of would favor the one with the the home field advantage a little bit more in the game 7, but the pitching wise, while Jabs has had a better overall season, it does look like he has struggled against Chicago, so it'll be interesting. It will be interesting. There's a lot of small sample size here, so I don't want to take anything. It's hard to kind of take anything, at face value here.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see. Chicago is definitely a very good team, but home team. You never know. So
It's true.
I kind of lean towards the home team a little more.
All right. Well, do you want to take the since you took the last half? Do you want to take the first half of this one?
I'll take the first half. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Cool. All right. Ready to get on into game?
Yeah.
All right. Take it away, Enoch.
Let's do this.
Game number 7.
All right, so game number 7 starts off with Brito, Jacob, and Blanco leading off the way against Heineken Bear version 2.0. As Britos will ground out for the first out. Alyssa Jacobs coming up, and Jacobs will strike out looking. Pedro Blanco up. And that will be deep, but that will be caught in right field, right by the warning track for the third out. 1-2-3 inning for Heineken Bear version 2.0. We'll have Gonzalez Vera and Goose coming up for Brew City. As Gonzalez Jr. will get a infield single. Vera coming up. And Vera gets a base hit, so it's 2 on, no out coming up for Swanson Goose. Goose will get a base hit dropping in. Bases loaded now for Wet Biscuit McGlee. And that will ground it over. Oh, and a double play, but they do score 1. Ixon coming up. And Ixon will hit this one into center, and they'll be caught for the third out. So the Bears taking a 1-0 lead after 1 as we move on to the top of the second. As Benito strikes out. Cove coming up. Cove strikes out as well. That's the third strikeout for Heineken Bear. Bartholomew Brown will take the walk. And Brown takes off for second, and that will be a stolen base. As Allard will ground out to the shortstop. That will be all as we move to the bottom of the second. Dustin Nash, Del Monte, and Valor Jr. coming up. As Nash gets a base hit to lead things off. Del Monte will, that's get bobbled by the third baseman. It's the 2 on, No out for Valor. Valor flies out to center for the first out. AJay will strike out against with the wheelies. Gonzalez Jr. coming out with 2 outs, and that will be a pop out to the shortstop. So we move on to the top of the third. I don't hear sounds, AJ. I don't know if it's just me then. Oh, there it is again. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Kent Murphy the second getting the base hit, leading things off. A line out for Waka. Okay. Brittles. This guy just went to left for the second out. Oh, it's a Jacobs. A little. Okay, that's a fly ball to left. It got a little blurry there, so I'm not sure what happened. Quick 1-2-3 inning still for Heineken Bear, so pitching very well so far. Rugsy coming up, and they'll get Bear to ground out. Watson Goose will ground out to the second baseman. Wet Biscuit McLeod coming up. And that is ground out to the first baseman. 1-2-3 inning. We move on to the top of the fourth. Pedro Blanco up. And he'll ground out to the second baseman. Benito grounds out to AJay for the second out. Cove will hit this one into the gap between left and center, and they'll get themselves a double. They're batting .405 now in this playoff. But Brown grounds out, so that double does not really mean anything right now. Go to the bottom of the fourth. Ixon, Nash, Del Monte coming up as Ixon gets himself a base hit to lead things off. Dustin Nash, one on, no out for Nash, who gets this one over the head of the center fielder, and they'll stop the runners, and it'll be second and third, no out for Del Monte. And they're playing the infield in. Valor Jr., as Del Monte strikes out, Valor Jr. will get away for second. As Valor Jr. gets this one deep, and they'll be caught at the warning track, but that's more than enough for Ixon to come home. It's 2-0 Brew City. AJay get this one dropping in for a base hit first. They will hold Nash at third. Gonzalez will get the walk as they're into the pen now for Chicago. Bearer will ground out to the first baseman. So limited damage there for Chicago. Let's see if they could get anything on the board now. Allard will drop in the base hit for base hit for the leadoff single. Kent Murphy the second. Which, by the way, the Bears are also in the pen as Mary Schindler comes in. And that's a slow roller, and they'll get Okabayashi ground out. Brittles will hit a little dribbler. Catcher throws it first. That will be all. And AJay, you take over, bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, we'll be seeing the 3, 4, 5 spots in the Brew City Bears lineup up against Auru Crony now. Swanson Goose will quickly ground out to Allard for the first out of the bottom of the fifth. And Wet Biscuit McLeod draws a walk on the full count to bring up Notice Ixon. Grounder second on to second for one. No throw on to first, no double play. It will just go as a fielder's choice. Dustin Nash moves the runner along with a single, and that will bring up Federico Del Monte. 2 on, 2 out. Strike 3 called as the side is retired here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. We head to the top of the sixth now. Chicago, still no runs through 5 innings. We'll see if they can add anything on here in 6th inning. So Jacob gets on board with a single. That's a good start for the Kingpins. Pedro Blanco will follow up with a walk, and now it's going to be Santiago Benito, the catcher. Base hit for Benito. That's going to bring home a run. Safe at home is Jacob, and this game has become a 1-run ball game. Deep fly to center field. It's caught. No runners advancing as Cove will be the first out of the inning. Bartholomew Brown will follow up with an out of their own, a strikeout. The first one on the day for Schindler. Theo Allard will fly out to right. And that will do it for the top of the sixth. But Chicago puts this one within 1. It's a close game for game number 7. And the Brew City Bears will have a chance to knock it back open here. But with 2 quick groundouts, it looks like this might not be the inning to do it. Steve Gonzalez Jr. will fly out to left, 3 up, 3 down, as Crony retires the Bears in order. And we head to the top of the 7th. Will Chicago be able to tie it up here? Kent Murphy II grounds out to third on the first for out number 1. Wakabayashi, the DH. We'll do the same with another ground out, and now it's going to be Nate Brittles, the top of the order, back around now for the Kingpins. And fly out to Del Monte, the left fielder, as Chicago goes down in order. Bottom of the 7th. Bone Bearer, the first baseman, will be first up for the Bears. With a fly out into right, Alyssa Jacob putting that one away. Swanson Goose now, as Casey Schaefer enters the ball game. Usually well known by Chicago fans as a starter, they'll be coming out of the bullpen for work in this one. Immediately retires Goose, but walks McGlee to make it 2 outs and a runner on for Ixon. Strike 3 on the 1-2 pitch on the outside corner. And the inning is over. Brew City gets a walk here in the bottom of the 7th, but no runs across. Still remains a 1-run ball game. Top of the 8th, Chicago will start off with a single from Melissa Jacob. Now here's Pedro Blanco. Grounder to second. Over to second for 1. Over to first. Double play. 4-6-3 on the scorecard. Now we'll bring up Santiago Benito. Deep drive to right. Gonzalez Jr. can't get to it despite actually making his way out into the crowd.
The stands like that, it doesn't count. So.
Apparently. So a home run solo shot by Santiago Benito. I think that's the second tonight that we've had like that. And it's now 2-2, a tie game.
This is classic AJay stream.
Cove gets on board, but Brown will ground out into a fielder's choice to end the inning. Tie ball game as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Dustin Nash, base hit into center field. Here's Federico Del Monte, the left fielder. Squares to bunt, but can't make contact. Instead, drives that down the third base line to a 5-4-3 double play. And Vidal Valor Jr. will fly out to end the inning. We head to the top of the 9th. Tie ball game. 1 inning to play in game number 7. It doesn't get any closer than this. Chicago first up. Howard will line that right back to the second baseman, Valor Jr. Now here's Murphy the second. Base hit for Murphy the second into right field, and now Wakabayashi. Fly ball into center field. It will be over the head of the center fielder. Chicago, they're not going to send him at third. Second and third with 1 out. It's now Nate Brittles. Fly ball into left field. Will it be enough? They don't send the runner again. It's going to be Alyssa Jacob. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Strikeout by Alyssa Jacob.
Oh my goodness.
Opportunity squandered by the Kingpins. And we head to the bottom of the 9th. It's going to be the Brew City Bears with a chance to walk it off in Game 7. Xander Ozza will ground out to short. Steve Gonzalez Jr. now. Pop flies that one right side, caught by the second baseman, and we might see extra innings here. It's going to be Bone Bearer with the last out for the Bears. New pitcher enters the game's Girl Boss. Strike 3, we're going to extras. And we're going to see the 10th inning. Do you want to trade off innings for now?
We'll trade off. We'll
Okay.
trade off. I'll do the 10th.
All right, go for it.
All right, so Blanco, Benito, Cove coming up as Blanco grounds out to Azov for the first out. Benito coming up, a hot Benito. But, it'll get past the second baseman for a base hit. Arranged him. As Cove dropped this one, 2 on. Oh, did he get,
safe.
First and third, 1 out for Brown. Brown will get a base hit, and Chicago takes a 3-2 lead. Alar coming up as Flem Reynolds comes into the game. Strikes out of Allard. Kent Murphy the second. Strike out as well. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Goose, McLee, Ixon coming up. They Girl Boss needs to try to close this out as that's 1 out. Goose grounds out. McLee hit this one fairly deep, but that will be caught in center. 2 out, last chance. Ixon. And Girl Boss strikes out. Ixon looking. And Chicago takes this on the road with a run on the top of the 10th. Congratulations to the Chicago Kingpins for making it back into the World Series.
Oh,
Incredible
wow.
game there.
And heartbreak for the Brew City Bears, who had a 3-1 lead in this series.
They oh my goodness, yes, that is rough, and they had the lead in this game as well.
Yeah.
The offense just couldn't really just struggle to try to get anything. They scattered 9 hits, 4 of them by Nash, by the way. What a good send off. Nice way to end their short career. Good playoffs. And on Chicago's side, 3 hits for Benito and Cove in that 4-5 slot. And on the pitching side, with the wheelies getting the no decision and 3 2/3, the pen held their ground as Girlboss getting the win out of relief. Brew City, yeah, they Jabs got yanked like really quick, like only 4 innings.
Yeah.
But the pen did not hold up as well, unfortunately. Cook getting the blown save and the loss. Player of the game is Santiago Benito.
Not quite a reverse sweep here, but pretty close. And
not quite, but yeah, it just.
I brought up in Game 6. The Bears were struggling to score runs. Yeah, I think that kind of continued here with only 2 runs in game number 7. The offense just kind of like shut off for the last 3 games, and it just kind of wound up in a bad spot for the Bears. But a big congratulations to the Chicago Kingpins, though. They will be advancing to face off against the State College Swift Steeds. The Swift Steeds, the last World Series appearance for the Chicago Kingpins was against the State College Swift Steeds 2 seasons ago, so we'll be seeing a rematch of the Season 38 World Series this coming Saturday. Chicago did lose to State College then 4-1. We'll see if they can reverse that decision on Saturday. Real quick before we head up to the majors, Series MVP.
Save.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Series MVP for the Kingpins and the Bears is going to be Otijo Mizark Cove.
Congratulations, Crazy Mojito.
Yeah, Crazy Mojito, 484 average. And then for the Swift Steeds Dillos, Mo Love, of course. I mean, Mo Love, Loki pointed out, 520 average in a single series. Like that 520 average was over the one series here, since they did have the first round bye. So what a great series by Mo Love, slugging of 1.000.
And Khan has a 500 average, so let's. Yeah. Somehow you have 2 guys batting over 500, and somehow this series still went 7. I don't.
Hey, the Dillos put up a good fight. That's how.
All right. And yeah, so we should be able to advance.
I'll check the schedule
game
here
6.
real quick. So Game 6 will be this day, and then Game 7 will be this day. So it should be fine.
Yeah.
Right?
So we should be fine. Just as long as you don't advance past,
past after
I'll
Game
have
7,
to go in and move those minors games. Later on. So.
Right. Okay, so stamina checks for the Scorpions and for the Lunar Base Space Rangers. We have 3 results now, with only 1 result left. Death Valley and Lunar Base. Who's going to win the Champions Conference? We'll find out. Game number 6, Lunar Base does have the advantage here on the series 3-2. We're going to do some quick changes real quick here, or stamina checks, or both. Lebowski at 87% for relief pitching. Beckett at 69. Clifton is good. Petrovic at 87. Scudder 91. Stryker Jr. 82. Space Rangers have bullpen changes. It looks like.
DVS said we're good, just leave it. So
okay,
DVS is set.
Perfect. Thank you. Let's see. Macarena to stopper. 7th and close. And no secondary. Ragnarok to middle normal high. Good. Marston the same. Rove to middle less long. Already there. And then light years goods too. Alright. Dirk, does that look good, or are you having other changes, or did I miss anything? Let me know.
It's like what he had. Is Dirk alive?
We'll see. I don't know. I assume so.
Y'all could be sleeping now. So.
Maybe not. Maybe.
Oh, it looks. Oh, okay.
Thumbs
there you
up.
go.
Perfect.
Thumbs up.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you, Dirk. All right.
Who will win?
Game
Prediction
number
is up.
6. Yep. Who's going to win? Prediction. DVS, Lunar Base. Will Lunar Base punch their ticket to the World Series to take on the New York Voyagers and return to the World Series for the first time since Season 14? Or will the Death Valley Scorpions return for their first time since Season 31 to have a face-off once again against the Voyagers in a revenge match from that season, Season 31? Big question mark. Death Valley will need to win both of these next 2 games in order to do just that. Well, Lunar Base just needs to win one of these next 2 games. Do you have a prediction, Enoch? If you were to put channel points on this prediction, or if you did, which team are you picking to win on this one? Game number 6.
Believe it or not, Hummus has been really good in the playoffs for whatever reason. So
You say that like Hummus's players aren't normally good.
Yeah, this is hard. I mean, I know I heard the testing was basically 50-50, so it was like a coin toss, but I think this goes 7, so it's I think DVS DVS will get a win here.
All right.
I just jinxed him.
Yeah, you absolutely just jinxed that.
I totally did.
With how long these series have been going, I would not be surprised if we are seeing a game number 7.
You are streaming, so it would be just pure chaos.
It's true.
We'll have it no other way.
This is going to be the game that goes 18 innings right here, this one. I keep talking about an 18-inning game, and eventually we'll get one. But we'll see. Lunar Base versus DVS. This is the first game of this series that we're streaming, actually. This was a 2-2 series before Lunar Base took game number 5 on the Quick Sim. So, do you want to take the front half or the back half?
Why don't you, I need to step away for a few minutes, so why don't you take the front half? I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right, excellent. All right, it's you and me, chat, until Enoch gets back. Lunar Base versus Death Valley. Predictions. Let's close that up. Who will win? Lunar Base and Death Valley. Here we go. Rake in the Lake. Matt Dubson and Justin Case will be the leadoff hitters against Giuseppe Jones. Alexander Benjamin will be on the mound for Lunar Base. Space Rangers can win to advance. Death Valley needs to win to stay alive. Here we go. We are underway in Death Valley. Rake in the Lake will start us off. Fly out to the right fielder, 10-minute version. That's going to be out number 1. Now it's going to be Matt Dubson, the left fielder. Grounder first. Stepping on first is Max Power for out number 2. Just in case now, the catcher will go down on strikes and a quick 1-2-3 by the Space Rangers as we head to the bottom of the first. Solid first inning from Giuseppe Jones. We'll see if Alexander Benjamin can match that inning. Oh, a hit by pitch. That one's going to hit Kuma. We'll get on board with a hit by pitch. Max Power is going to ground that to the shortstop infield single for Max Power. Max Power not really known for the infield singles. It's kind of in the name that that's not the case. Rusty Salmon Arms goes down on the strikeout. Rick Slammer will sacrifice to advance the runner, though. We have first and third now for a 10-minute version. Strike 3, swinging at a bad pitch. And DVS will not score as we head to the top of the second. No score here in Death Valley. Scorpion's the only one with a hit. We'll see if Lunar Base can change that with their turn at the plate. Arthur Morgan will get on board with an infield single, and just like that, as mentioned, they do. IPO 3 goes down on the strikeout, and now here's Callie Alvarez. Off for second is Morgan. They got him. Salmon Arms from behind the plate will catch Morgan stealing, and Callie Alvarez will pop fly that one to the left side. Kuma takes care of it as we head to the bottom of the second. Vladdy Guerrero pop flies that one to the second baseman. Oatmeal the third puts the glove on it for out number 1. Kulik Warren will ground that right up the middle. They played that perfectly with the shift. IPO 3 was already there. That's going to be out number 2. Randall Ostman will ground out, and a quick 1-2-3 inning as we head to the top of the third. No score through 2 innings. It's going to be Sloth Seiko, the DH. Walk drawn on the full count. Good eye by Sloth Seiko. Samsung Jr. grounds it to second, and a 4-6-3 double play will clear the base paths for Blair Boyant. Center fielder hitting 286 on playoffs, but that average will go down on the strikeout. 3 pitches needed from Giuseppe Jones, and we head to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third, bottom of the order with Rake Hard, the second baseman, striking out against Alexander Benjamin. Top of the order now is going to be Kuma. Strikeout again on 3 pitches. Back-to-back Ks for Alexander Benjamin. Now here's Max Power, the first baseman. Walk issued on a 3-1 pitch. And the inning isn't quite over yet. Rusty Salmon Arms will fly that to right field. Deep drive, that is gone! Rusty Salmon Arms will put the Scorpions up 2-0 here in the third. 358 feet on the home run. And the Scorpions will take the first lead of the night. Rick Slammer will fly out to right field, and that's going to do it for the inning, but the Scorpions strike first. It is 2-0 Death Valley as we head to the top of the fourth. Breaking the Lake goes down on the strikeout, and that will bring up Matt Dobson. Dobson against Giuseppe Jones. Dobson's going to fly out. Now here's Justin Case. Case with a pop fly, foul territory. Oh no, it's dropped by Power. It's going to be an error. The Case does not get a board. It'll just be a foul ball. He does pop fly that one out to shallow center field. Guerrero, the shortstop, runs out to grab it for out number 3. Bottom of the fourth. DBS looking to add to their 2-0 lead, and it's going to be a 10-minute version. The right fielder striking out for the first out of the inning. Vladdy Guerrero, the shortstop now. Our third over to first out number 2. Now it's Jake Kulik Warren. Deep drive to center field all the way back to the track is Buoyant, and he gets it. Side retired. That one scared Alexander Benjamin a bit as we head to the top of the 5th. 2-0 Scorpions. Base hit for Arthur Morgan to start him off. IPO 3. Morgan off for second. Safe this time. He was caught stealing earlier in the ball game. IPO 3 will go down on the strikeout. Now here's Cali Alvarez with a runner in scoring position and one away. Strike 3 on the third pitch from Giuseppe Jones. And now Sloth Seiko will step into the box. Base hit for Sloth Seiko. That's going to bring a run home. Safe is Morgan. Welcome back, Enoch. Just in time to see an RBI single by Sloth Seiko, who advances to second on the throw. Samsung Jr. will strike out, but this game is now a 1-run ball game, and Enoch, perfect timing, take it over.
Go, Ottoman will lead things off for DBS as they pick a walk against Benjamin. Rake Hard strikes out looking. Kuma coming up. Benjamin 6 strikeout, 7 strikeout now. As Max Power comes up. And Max Power ground out to Samsung Jr. and that will end the 5th inning. Still 2-1 DBS. Bottom of the lineup there, Poignant leads things off. Gets Giuseppe Jones that he'll ground out. In the Lake will ground out to the first baseman. Dobson will fly out to left. Shallow fly out to the corner. That will be it. 1-2-3 inning. Move to the bottom of the 6th. Diamond Arms leading things off. And that is a fly ball to shallow center. That is 1 out. Great slammer. Will drop this into right field for a single. 10-minute version. Will fly out to shallow right. That is his first out. Second out, I'm sorry. As Guerrero will ground out. They'll go to short with the second for the third out. Top of the 7th, Justin Case leading things off, and this will hit fairly deep to center, caught by Guerrero. By Osman. Morgan lines out to left. Oatmeal the third will ground out to Guerrero. 1-2-3. One heck of a pitching matchup here. One heck of a pitching matchup. Philip Warren leading things off. He grounds out. Out. Osman grounds out as well. Great card coming up. Hart will ground out as well. A lot of ground outs. Alvarez leading things off for base, and he will ground out. Slavseko will fly out to left. That's 2 out. Samsung Jr. will get a hard ground ball, that is 2 to first base, and that is another out. Both pitchers is absolutely on the A game tonight. But Luna Base will go to the pen as Macarena comes in. There's a single by Kumo, and that is a fielder's choice by Max Power. Salmon Arms coming up. Salmon Arms strikes out swinging. Great slammer. We'll hit this one down the line. That is a double. Let's see if they'll send Max Power home. Max Power does come home. It is 3-1, and 10-minute version will line up to center for the 3rd out. We go to the top of the 9th. DVS scores an insurance run. Let's see if Luna Base can do anything. Poignant will ground out to 3rd. That is 1 out. In the lake, that Scudder comes in to try to close this thing off. That is a strikeout. Luna Base down to the last out as Dubson steps into play. Dubson hits this one deep. That is gone. Dubson, solo shot. That is one run closer, 3-2, as Justin Case comes in. Case hit this one deep, but not deep enough as Osman makes the catch. That will end Game 6. We're going to Game 7. Of course. See? 3-2 to final score. One heck of a pitching matchup here. I guess, not really surprising as Benjamin pitching really well and Giuseppe Jones one of the top pitchers in the league. So offensively, Morgan with a couple of hits and an RBI from Dubson and Slavseko. That was pretty much it for Luna Base. Death Valley side, they scattered some hit on the top between the top 4 of their lineup there. A couple of RBIs by Salmon Arms. And then Benjamin taking a tough loss there. 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. His ERA is down below 2 right now in this playoffs. Jones getting the win, the second of the playoffs. Scudder getting the save. Is that raising their ERA or lowering the ERA to 10.38? I am not sure. But Giuseppe Jones is the player of the game.
I would think you would probably raise it. I don't know.
It's probably raising.
Yeah.
Dolores, DVS 1.
Yep.
So we're going to Game 7.
Game 7. Scorpions and Space Rangers, if you have changed for Game 7, please let us know in your channel. If you're late in your ride, please also let us know in your channel. The quicker we get these changes done, the quicker we can move on. But we are done in the minor leagues and major leagues. We have one game to play. I will.
Save it.
I was going to.
Save it.
It's saved.
Save it.
It's saved.
Save.
All right, so we won't be, obviously, the minor league game. We're not going to be playing anything there. So we'll just be playing the majors game.
Make sure, I'm pretty sure you have BNN off, but just triple check quick.
It will do. It will do. All right.
OTP died out.
Oh.
Dirk has been working it so hard that it died.
Okay.
Ragnarok is stopper 7th and close.
Okay. I'm assuming keep high leverage? Oh, no. Not on the secondary.
No high leverage. No, just 7 and close. Marston is middle, used more often than high leverage.
Okay.
Macarena is a middle, normal, high leverage.
All right. Does that look good, Dirk? Any additional changes? Did I miss anything? Scorpions, anything? Yep.
I don't see anything yet.
Game 7 at 105. I thought you were referring to the current time of date in the real world. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
like,
stop it, and then we'll come back in about like 13 hours, and then.
I'm like, it's 9:39 where I am. How are you getting 105? Like, even if you're in a different time zone, like the minutes don't match up. Oh man. All right. So Scorpions and Lunar Base.
We'll give Scorpion like a minute more. I don't.
I'm gonna ping them just so that.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. So 7th game stretch. Yeah. Stamina. Yep. Will do. Lebowski 96 as a reliever. Beckett 78. Petrovic 98. Scudder 82. Stryker Jr. 89. Clifton and Jackson are 100. Scheduled starter Post Scott is at 100. Tsunami the second 58%. Jones 2. I'm going to assume that you're not going to put Giuseppe Jones as the as the next starting pitcher, despite how well they threw yesterday.
Do it.
I can see Caltroit typing, so we'll give him a minute here. Space Rangers, are you good, or any other changes? Okay, Beckett.
Beckett, stopper, 7th. Scudder, middle relief, normal.
What about
no
the
high leverage? No high leverage.
Okay.
So yeah, just middle relief, normal.
All right, Scorpions, that look good. Anything else? Don't put Wizard Arm out. Get rid of the
high leverage. I guess that was
for Scudder.
Okay,
yeah, for Scudder. Yeah, okay. Jones starting. Let's go.
Jones starting. Let's go. Yes.
All right.
That's the old school baseball. You just go.
You just go. All right, game number 7.
Another game 7.
It's
another one.
It all comes down to this. This is the 3rd series that has gone to game 7 tonight out of 4. The only one that didn't was the New York OBX one. The winner of this will face off against New York in the World Series on Saturday. The loser of this game is done with their season for good until season 41. Which team is going to come out on top? Prediction is running out of time if you want to try and win some extra channel points by gambling your channel points away. Enoch, I asked you in Game 6 to make a prediction for us, and you were correct. You didn't jinx it. Who do you think is going to win Game 7?
I'm going to go Lunar Base. I'm going to stick to
okay.
hoping having some TPE here.
Lunar Base, if Lunar Base wins, Season 14 was their last World Series appearance. It would be wild if the Space Rangers were back in a World Series. DVS Scorpions want a revenge match from Season 31 against the Voyagers.
Not a revenge match. Like, they're not having revenge. I'm having revenge.
Oh yeah, sorry. They
want
the
other way around.
They want to reinforce their Season 31 win.
If DVS makes it, it'll be the 4th time New York and DVS face off in the World Series.
Wow. All right. Well, Scorpions want that matchup. They want to. I don't know who's winning that World Series but that'll be a question for the upload, I guess. Scorpions Space Rangers. Winner take all and heads to the World Series. Game number 7. Enoch.
I'll take first.
Go ahead and take the first.
All right.
Take us away, Enoch. Game number 7.
All right. So Lunar Base coming up, leading the way in the lake against Scott. who has been absolutely dominant in this playoffs. Lake flies out, goes out. Dobson grounds out to Max Power, second out, just in case, up. Just in case, strikes out, looking, 1-2-3 inning for Cole Scott. Moving on to the bottom of the first, Kuma, Power, Semifinals coming up against In the Dirt. As In the Dirt, as Kuma takes the walk, no out for Power, as Kuma takes off. As Power gets this one into the gap, that will get DBS. Oh, Power going to 3. That's an RBI triple. 1-0 DBS. Salmon Arms will ground out to third base for the first out, but they do drive in a run. 2-0 DBS. Slammer grounds out to second. Virgin takes the walk. Guerrero up. And a strikeout looking. That will end the inning. 2-0. DBS off to a little bit of a quick start. We'll go to the top of the second. Let's see if Luna Base can answer. Morgan strikes out swinging. Oatmeal the third. We'll hit this one. That's over the head of the left fielder?
Yep.
And that is a triple for Oatmeal as Alvarez comes up. Alvarez takes the walk, so first and third, 1 out for Slofseco. It strikes out. Samsung Jr. coming up. And Samsung Jr. strikes out swinging. They get first and third, 1 out, but they could not get anything else going. 2-0 DBS as Cliff Warren comes up and will fly out to the next goes out. Osman batting .455 this playoff. Will strike out looking as well. Ray Hart, second baseman, strikes out looking. 2-0. We'll move to the top of the third. That will be Buoyant in the lake and Dobson coming up against Scott. As Buoyant taking the walk. In the lake will round into a double play. As Lake has been really struggling now. Dobson grounds out as well, so we move only 46 pitches for Cole Scott, or maybe a little more. Kuma leading things off, top of the lineup. Ground out to the shortstop, first out, Max Power. Max Power will get this one into left field for a single. Salmon Arms strikes out swinging. Slammer will hit this one deep. That one is gone. 4-0 DBS. Oh, that is a killer there. The 10-minute version flies out to left. So it's 4-0 DVS. We move to the top of the fourth. Let's see if Luna Base can answer, just in case, leading things off. Strike out looking. Alpha Morgan. Strikes out. So Scott dominant here. 6 strikeouts now over 3 2/3. But Oatmeal will get the walk. Alvarez hit this one into left, but that's run down by the left fielder. Third out, 4-0. DVS still. We go to the bottom of the fourth with Guerrero leading things off. That is a ground out. Kulik Warren will fly out to left. Second out. Osman will strike out swinging. And we will move to the top of the fifth. Luna Bay still trying to get something. Only a hit so far. And a few walks. But Sauceco grounds out. Samsung Jr. will... Nope. Oh, Max Power bobbles it. That is an error. As Samsung gets on base. But Buoyant will hit in the fielder's choice. That is, oh, what a diving catch by Barrero, robbing in the lake of a base hit. We go to the bottom of the fifth. AJ, take it away.
Right into dirt, back on the mound. Rake Hard is going to start off the Scorpions in the bottom of the fifth with a single. Kuma now will fly that into shallow center field for Buoyant. Its power goes down on the strike 3, 2-2 pitch. Goes to Salmon Arms, grounds that back to the pitcher and on to first. Scorpions get nothing added on one hit. They still lead 4-0. Post Scott back on the mound. He's been tearing up this Lunar Base offense so far through 5 innings, only 1 hit allowed. And Jake Kulik-Warren will put that one away as Dubson flies out to the left. Justin Case gets on board for the second hit of the ballgame for Lunar Base. Arthur Morgan will fly out right to Brandbell Osman. And now it's IPO 3. Pop fly left side, easily caught by Kuma. No runs on one hit, and a man left on as we head to the bottom of the 6th. DVS looking to extend their 4-0 lead. Rick Slammer, base hit into right. And now it's going to be all too well 10-minute version. Pop fly into shallow left. Samsung Jr. went all the way out into left field to grab that one. Vlad Ferrero ground into a 5-4-3 double play. Scorpions get a hit, but nothing else, and they remain in front 4-0. Alvarez will start off the Lunar Base Space Rangers with a deep fly ball. It's caught at the wall by Ostman. Oh, just a little bit more on that one. That one was gone for Alvarez. Slaseca will ground out, and now here's Sung Jr. striking out. That will end the inning. We head to the stretch. Post got through 7 innings now. Now it's the bottom of the 7th. Beauregard Rove, the new pitcher for Lunar Base. It's going to be Kulik-Warren. Right back to Rove on to first for out number 1. Here's Ostman now. Fly ball right. Diving catch by Arthur Morgan in right. And that will retire Ostman. Rake Hard drives that almost to the warning track. And that will be caught for out number 3. Side retired. We head to the top of the 8th. Lunar Base, 6 outs to play with. They need to get 4 runs. Boris Petrovic enters the game. Post Scott's day is done. But a great outing for the starter. 7 shutout innings. Brilliant grounds out, and Lake of the Lake will follow up with a strikeout. And now here's Matt Dubson. It's going to be Matt Dubson versus Petrovic. Dubson deep drive to center field. That one's gone. Lunar Base on the board. The shutout is no more. And the Space Rangers will get on the board 4-1 now in favor of the Scorpions. 475 feet on the no-doubter by Dubson. Justin Case does strike out, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. DVS now leads by 3. They can get that run right back if they are able to put a runner across here in the bottom of the 8th. Deep drive to left by Kuma. Oh, it's caught on the warning track by Dubson. Now it's going to be Max Powell. Powell walks on the full count. It's going to be Rusty Salmon Arms. Run on first, 1 away. Strike 3 on the 1-2 pitch from Rowe, and now it's going to be Rake Slammer. Slammer grounds that to short, over to first in time for out number 3. Last chance for Lunar Base. DVS leads by 3. Space Rangers need 3 runs before they get 3 outs. There's the first out of the inning. Arthur Morgan goes down to strike out to Petrovic. IPO 3, the second baseman, hitting .375 in the playoffs. Runner second, over to first in time. Out number 2, it's down to the last out. Cali Alvarez. Base hit into right. Space Rangers are still in it, but just barely. Jose Slaseco now. Grounder second. The Scorpions are headed back to the World Series for the first time in 9 seasons. They'll be facing off against the New York Voyagers yet again as the Lunar Base Space Rangers head home unhappy. The 4-3 victory on the series by the Scorpions is capstoned by a wonderful performance on the mound by Post Scott. 7 shutout innings. And I think when people look back at the series, that's going to be what they remember, is the long work that Post Scott put in on this game to limit the Space Rangers to just a run and get the win for Death Valley. But a great day at the plate as well for Rake Slammer and Max Power, 2 hits apiece. The win does go to Post Scott, who, as mentioned, 7 shutout innings, 2 hits on 3 walks and 7 Ks. Right into dirt, takes the loss for Lunar Base. Post Scott, your player of the game. Congratulations to Death Valley in a rematch from Season 31, as well as 2 other seasons in PBE history. Death Valley will be facing off against the New York Voyagers on Saturday for the World Series. We'll take a look at the MVP. We'll save first. Hold on. Let me save. Take a look at the series MVP for the Space Rangers and Scorpions. It's going to be Rake Slammer, who hit 379 average and OBP 793 on the slugging. 3 home runs and 6 RBIs for the DH from Death Valley. Outer Banks, New York. J.R. Frankenstero, your series MVP, with a 435 average and a 458 OBP, 739 slugging. 10 for 23 with 3 RBIs from J.R. Frankenstero in the series win by New York. We already saved, but I'll save again. Congratulations to Death Valley, New York, Chicago, and State College. Those are going to be your 4 teams in the World Series on Saturday. Just double check and make sure that the minor league game didn't play by mistake. It did not. So we'll go ahead and start the upload then. Let's see. There we go. All right. So big thank yous go out to Air Crou and Enoch for co-hosting. Thank you very much, Enoch, in person, and I know Air Crou is off doing ISL Sims. But thanks for stopping by, Enoch, and co-hosting with me.
No, happy to just keep you company for a little bit.
I appreciate it greatly. And a big thank you to our mod team, Dolores Clifton. I know was doing a lot of the predictions tonight, so a big shout out to you, and thank you all to all the chat. For sticking around to this point. I know it's a long stream, the semifinals. It could have been longer. We could have had a 16-game stream. We did not. I don't know. How many games did we stream tonight?
I have no
quite
idea.
a bit.
I didn't keep track.
It's quite a bit. So I want to look back at the history. You mentioned not State College. New York and Death Valley have matched up 4 times in the World Series. Is that correct?
This is the 4th time.
This being the 4th time?
Yes.
So we had season 31 for sure.
The one before that, I believe, is 25, and the one before that was 20, if I recall correctly.
30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. 24, it looks like.
Or 24. Sorry, 24, 25.
Yeah, 24. And yeah, 20, 24 and 20. Death Valley has won 2 of those 3.
Mm-hmm.
So New York will be looking to even up the World Series between the 2 teams on Saturday, while DVS will be looking to make it 3-1 between those 2. Let's see. I gotta edit the crawler for anyone that tunes in late here. Wow, we had 3 series go to Game 7. That is crazy.
I mean, recent times we've had a lot of playoff games. The series going to 7, and it's been pretty insane. Like these playoffs.
I didn't think there were that many last season for the semifinals.
I thought there was a few, but you know,
maybe
in recent seasons. But yeah.
Before everyone starts leaving, but be sure to tune in this Saturday. We have the Minors World Series in the AM. All of the games will be streamed. Dustillation will be your host for that one. Time is TBD. And then we also have the Majors World Series that evening. Again, all games will be streamed. No quick sim for either of those. And AU Gold will be the host for that one. Looks like T Stoles is co-hosting. So be sure to tune in to both of those streams coming up. We also have Prospect League tomorrow. You want to talk about that a bit, Enoch?
Prospect League, we're not streaming tomorrow.
Never mind.
we're just doing the real-time sim tomorrow, but I'm planning to stream on Monday.
Okay.
As anybody who's in the season 42 class, it's been fun. It's always fun. It's always fun watching new people just getting excited about their player. Even obviously it's an exhibition season, whatever you want to call it. But it's a good time filler for them to have see their players while we're getting through the playoffs and off season.
And speaking of off-season, we also will have our off-season streams coming up. We haven't determined the hosts for that, but I will be trying to take the Majors draft yet again a week from today, most likely, unless there's an extended off-season for whatever reason.
1 week from now. Yeah, anything, unless something awful happens, it should be on 1 week from now.
Surprise extended off-season, says HO.
Extend it for 5 weeks.
But yeah, Majors draft, Minors draft, and award stream should all be next week unless we have some kind of extended off-season for whatever reason. But be sure to keep an eye out on the Game Day channel for all of those streams as they are announced. We have a hashtag Ask the Booth from Nazbase who asks how to install Chaos mod. And as much as I would love to give you an answer here, Nazbase, I feel like I have to plead the fifth because I don't want to be fired on my 80th stream of the PBE. So I would prefer not to. I gotta keep trying for 100.
It's a trade secret, so
yeah. Tune into PBE BS Bigger Strange for further information on that at some point.
Has it been 2 months? Has it been a year yet?
You answered it. Run word.exe.
Yet.
Yeah, it hasn't been 1 year yet. We haven't released our 1 year anniversary from last year.
No, we haven't. Okay.
What did we post?
We got 10 months more to go. So
yeah, something like that. We should actually get together. I can't this weekend, but
we should, I don't even know what's next yet. I don't think we even had an idea.
We haven't determined it. We still have a whole list of episode ideas, but we haven't settled.
I think we need to kind of piece them together because I don't think a lot of them will last that long.
Yeah, we could do like a grab bag episode.
Yeah,
probably.
I think we're more of a grab bag. So
I think there's a few that are worth a full episode in there, and I know you might not agree at first, but we also wound up talking for more than an hour on a few 180 something TPE inactive players. So I don't underestimate our ability to talk.
That is true. That is very true. Yeah, I'm sure we'll find something. You know, I don't even know what counts. You know, if people want to submit things, I don't really know what counts because the whole point is strange things that may have happened, and it's a very loose term what strange is, because it could be like oddities, like you know, we started with Dave Mann, and the oddity was that he was so successful with so little TPE and been on and had such a storied career for a guy who really should have never been in the majors in the first place.
We're talking about Dave Mann, right? I was checking on something else real quick, but we're talking
the
about
return of Dave Mann's use. I mean, I don't know how much is there to talk about yet. I mean,
we could have Breezy on the podcast.
We could have Breezy if Breezy wants to, you know. But I don't, you know. He came back for Dag, and maybe Dag forced him to come back just to be a minors player. But
we can have Dag on too. We can have both of them on.
Dag could talk about it. Yeah, Dag should come on.
Let's get both of them on the podcast. Breezy, if you're listening, reach out to either myself, AJay, or Enoch about whether or not you're available for a podcast. Would love to revisit that one from the days of when family therapy was still a thing.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Remember when they said that they were going to do a wrap-up podcast?
Yeah, they never did. That's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Definitely
Blue
no.
Pop and Dr. K owes us a.
Definitely.
They owe us one.
Yeah. Definitely no one clip us talking about that and send it to Dr. K and Blow Pop as a nudge or reminder for them to do that wrap up podcast. No, they're busy. I don't want to bother them by saying, "Hey, do a podcast." You know,
do a podcast now.
Do the thing.
Oh man. that was fun. For anybody who hasn't had the pleasure of having Blow Pop and Dr. K, because it's been a little while since they've been in the league. DVS won. Valor.
I was typing out a response, so you didn't have to.
If anybody who because they haven't been in the league really in a hot minute, and so it's been a while since they have done a bunch of podcasts, and they're all very entertaining. My favorite one was really one of the early ones that they did, and when they were really green and didn't really know too much of what's going on, and they were trying to do a season prediction, except Blowpop used a spring training file, and I forgot which team. Probably like DBS,
Yep.
who like should have won like 65 games, ended up like winning like 40 games, and they were like, predicting, DBS is really bad, and so forth. It's like, what are you talking about? And then that was when they learned. That was when Blow Pop learned that don't trust the spring training file.
Especially when GMs like to play players completely out of position. That's gonna do it. But yeah. So be sure to tune in to PBE Big or Strange, the podcast all about the weird history of the PBE, just strange things happening. Because, OOTP gonna OOTP, and it's not even just OOTP
It's not
stuff.
just OOTP. They're just, there's overall,
whole bunch of weird
league's been around for
stories.
5 years, like there are things that can't be explained and things happen, so.
For example, let me pull up our segment ideas thing. Hold on. Did you know that the following teams were actually a thing? Portland Beavers, Sherbrooke Hornets, Alcatraz Sentinels, Atlantic City Ballers, Kingston Mounties, and Dallas Dynamos. Some of you may be too young to know those names, but those were all old Miners teams that were in the league at one point. There was also a team that didn't even last part of a season. That being the San Diego Sharks. I don't think they ever played a game. So
I don't even know the history on that one.
So that might be the next one.
That might be the next one. Okay.
San Diego Sharks. The history of the San Diego Sharks.
Which one became the Slavs? It was
the Berkeley Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs became.
Did last for a season, I thought.
They lasted for a season.
Or maybe it was half a season.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that there was a 4-team trade between the thread got deleted? Dang it, we can't do that one anymore. There was a 4-team trade that got rejected between between majors and minors teams.
Wait, when did that happen? I don't.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
The problem is it might be lost to the ages, considering that the thread has now been trashed.
Oh, that sucks.
But there was a trade proposed, kind of as a joke, that was a trade between 4 teams, between majors and minors.
I don't even know how that works, but okay.
Exactly. It was kind of a joke trade, but let's see, is this thread still up? The 4-team minors trade? Yeah, the 4-team minors trade is still up.
The 4-team minors trade I know is still there. It's still there.
Maybe
ultimately, it was just to make John Stroh work. That was the whole goal.
Wait.
And the fun part is that the Hepcats actually ended up the winners of it because they moved up based on all that criteria, and in the 4th round drafted a player that ended up to be 350 TB.
No, sorry, Nosbase, not 14 players. 4 teams.
4 teams. So it's between 4 teams.
It's between State College,
Swifties,
Kansas City, Anchorage, and Kingston.
And it was a bunch of stipulations.
Yep.
Including who would win the World Series.
Yep.
But all the picks were revolving the 4th and 5th round.
Maybe that
And-
needs to be our next episode, because that's. I'm just looking at this, and this is just a mess, and I really want to talk about it.
That's because the architect behind it is Beaver and Mike,
Yep.
and that yeah. So that was the. I didn't feel like thinking about it, so I just kind of like do whatever, Mike. I didn't care that much. But he thought it was hilarious, and they just want to make John's life a living hell.
Wait, this one's in process trades. Did this one actually go through? This is our next podcast.
Because it was legit.
This is our next
legit,
podcast.
and the whole point is that he has to process it, and
I like how the stipulations even involve teams winning the World Series that aren't involved in the trade.
they weren't even involved in the trade.
Like,
but
it's
the stipulations were like, and they spent like a good
Yeah.
night, like wee hours in the morning, like setting the whole thing up.
It is the Beaver
Is that
trade.
the Beaver
yeah,
one?
Punk,
That's the
yeah.
Beaver one. Yeah, that was Beaver and Mike primarily that came up with all of it. So, and so yeah.
That might be that. I think that should be our next episode, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Oh, you said that. Yeah. I think we can. Yeah.
When are you available?
See,
next
Punish
for
Swifties doesn't
recording?
work as well as Punish Vandos. It just always will be Punish Vandos.
Should we should we ask Beaver and Mike to be on that one?
You could. I mean,
That would be really funny. I would love to have both of them. I think if it was one or the other, I don't think it would be as good. But I think that
no,
if
you have
we
both of them on.
We gotta have
and
both.
They kind of recount, all that, and you have your podcast there because that fills the gap, and so it's been a long time. So
I really want to do this now. When are you available next? When can we record?
We'll
this?
see. We'll see. We'll take it offline and see.
Actually, I guess the question should be when is
It's
Beaver
more,
and Mike available?
I think you talk to, and then we gather some, and we can do it this off season or next off season, whatever. So.
I'm gonna send a group chat message out later tonight. I think. Oh man. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. We're finishing up the upload right now. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in hearing about the strange history of the PBE, we do have a Discord for our podcast, PBE Big or Strange, with the links to all of the episodes. I'm currently on my phone right now trying to grab a copy link, trying to grab an invite link that you can use to join in if you so choose. Boosh. There you go.
Okay.
There we go. PBE Bigger Strange Podcast Discord. If you're interested in joining and listening to podcasts about weird history in the PBE, feel free to join in. Always love to have new researchers and listeners. But I think we're all set.
I think we are. I think
uploaded.
you just need to get the index,
Yep,
and
we're
then
good.
that's it.
Index is done. So
Alright.
we're all good. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. Let's see. There should be a raid.
Who was
Target
the
as
sad soul?
mentioned by
John
Attica.
Stradamus, the miners
Yeah,
commissioner at the time.
former commish of the miners anyway.
Miners commissioner.
Okay. It looks like they want to do a raid.
Oh, raid. Yes, raid for
So-
Bull League.
Let me go ahead and post the index link real quick. There we go. And then raiding for Bull League. There it is. / raid Bull League. Oh wait, I need to do it from my phone. Hold on.
You need a spreadsheet for that. I don't think it was that bad. there is a lot of logic behind it in terms of so. Well, Naz, we'll send you the link to it. It's in the forum somewhere. So.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for all of us. Hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you back here for Saturday's World Series streams. Take care, everyone. Bye now.
Bye. Good night.